Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us on this edition of News 2. I'm Sandra Guman saying happy Friday. Topping our newscast, the Juan Luis Hospital's efforts to improve its revenue cycle is paying off. The financially strained medical center has been reporting profits in the last few months. According to hospital officials, it's good news, but it needs to be celebrated with caution. News 2's April Knight has that story.
Juan Luis Hospital is on a roll with its monthly financials. For the fourth month in a row, the hospital experienced profits, something that has not happened to the embattled medical facility in years.
JFL is in the black for the past 4 months. It's 4 individual snapshots of operation as a result of the revenue generated, less expenses just for that period.
According to JFL's Chief Financial Officer Tim Lessing, the upward trend is due to some critical changes they made in their revenue cycle, starting with gathering accurate patient information when they first make contact with the hospital. But according to Lessing, the positive monthly financial snapshots do not mean the hospital is out of the woods.
Because it is just reflective of that month's operation, it did not take into consideration the debt that the hospital has accumulated over many, many years.
JFL still has an accumulated debt of some $52 million. The hospital's worry is that the month-to-month growth could be seen as an overall trend and might cause its creditors to come calling prematurely.
There's a lot of vendors, not only on island, but even off island, that we owe money to. And when they see that, oh, look, JFL's in the black, they immediately think that means they're going to get paid.
As for whether or not he sees the trend continuing in the coming months,
if things continue, then my expectation is that we will continue at or better than a positive bottom line.
Reporting for News 2, I'm April Knight.
The St. Thomas-St. John Board of Elections met Friday and approved a couple of items. One of them was for Board Chairman Arturo Watlington to send a letter to Police Commissioner Delroy Richards disagreeing with the commissioner's stand that the election system conference room is a public place and cannot be a venue for executive sessions. The other motion passed was member Ivy Moses' motion to have all board members involved in the 2012 elections be arrested because of the lingering controversy over the validity of that election. Watlington initially ruled the motion out of order, saying the board has no powers to arrest anyone, but the motion still carried. The St. Thomas leg of the United Way VI's annual Project Homeless Connect filled up UVI's Sports and Fitness Center on Friday. Some 193 volunteers served 190 clients, offering them free haircuts, health screenings, free food, and more. Local businesses and organizations also informed the homeless of the services available to them. United Way VI's CEO Vinod Datlani hopes the event helps to remove the stigma from being homeless.
The best thing about Homeless Connect is it brings all the different faces of homelessness in the Virgin Islands. We always consider that our homeless population is our chronically homeless population, but we have a lot of people that aren't in homes, that are staying with family or staying with friends, that don't have homes to live in, and that's considered homelessness. So we're hoping to actually get more of this advocacy out and to remove the stigma, because getting the volunteer engagement with our volunteers and getting our clients together, we're putting more faces and more stories, so it isn't any judgment. And it's to remove the judgment why someone may fall into a category of homelessness.
With the upcoming holiday season, Commissioner of Agriculture Carlos Robles would like to remind consumers to buy local meat only from known livestock farmers. At this time of year, he says, many animals are stolen and slaughtered in the bush and then are sold to unsuspecting consumers who could be harmed. He said theft of animals results in a loss of income to the farmers, loss of breed and stock, and in some cases, the end of the family business. Theft of animals is burglary and a crime. Commissioner Robles explained thieves do not know if an animal is healthy or if it has had any medicine. Additionally, bushkill is not sanitary and poses a health risk to consumers. In other news, on Wednesday, December 2nd at 5:50 p.m., Jennifer Bisono, 31, of Hospital Ground, police say was arrested and charged with third-degree assault and using a dangerous weapon during the commission of a crime of violence. The victim, identified Jennifer Bisono at Charlene's Bar, located in Market Square, as the individual that threw 2 glass bottles causing injury and pointed a firearm towards her on Thursday. On November 26, bail for Bisono was set at $25,000 by order of the court, and she was later remanded to the Bureau of Corrections pending her advice of rights hearing. On Thursday, December 3rd, Malik Cheatham, 64, an inmate at the BOC, has been charged with an additional charge of grand larceny after previously being charged with 2 counts of grand larceny and 1 count of destruction of property on November 26. Cheatham was identified as the individual caught via video surveillance removing several pairs of sunglasses from the Billabong store without paying on Wednesday, September 9th. The Rules and Judiciary Committee of the 31st Legislature met on Thursday for a scheduled hearing to discuss, among other bills, a piece of legislation that would affect Virgin Islanders who want to carry concealed weapons. According to the committee members, it's not a constitutional violation. News2's April Knight has more.
Just one day after the deadly San Bernardino shooting in California that took the lives of at least 14 people, the Senate Rules and Judiciary Committee tackled a bill that would create special requirements for those who want to carry concealed weapons in the territory.
We have seen what our world and our community has come to in regards to firearm. The President of the United States is getting grayer and grayer every time there is an incident where, again, firearm is being used.
Lawmakers emphasize that Bill number 31-0046 is not meant to deprive Americans of their Second Amendment right to bear arms.
This bill is not making it harder for a citizen to be able to obtain a firearms license, but rather to ensure that they are responsible in their effort.
You want to carry a weapon 24 hours, then you got to do what is responsible.
Safety. And safety is the utmost.
Under the bill, the applicant has to fall under certain categories, including being a business owner, a person having to carry money for business, or a victim of a violent crime. There would also be a check of local and federal criminal history records before a license is issued. It also forces the VI Police Department to respond within a specific amount of time, in this case 14 days, to respond to an application once a request for a license has been filed. According to Senator Novelle Francis, a piece of legislation dealing with assault rifles is also going through the committee process. Reporting for News 2, I'm April Knight.
Tuesday morning, the Virgin Islands Water and Power Authority was notified that a string of street lights along the western lane of St. Croix's Melvin Evans Highway between Williams Delight and Carlton had been vandalized. According to a press release WAPA issued, copper thieves broke into the conduit along a 200-foot run and made off with over 600 feet of wire from the highway street lighting system. Officials say this is extremely costly to the authority and presents a hazard to motorists who travel the highway nightly. The Virgin Islands Police Department has launched an investigation into this recent theft from the highway street light system. Keeping our eye on the economy, Puerto Rico managed to pay its creditors $354 million on December 1st. However, the Puerto Rican government rated its January payment to do so. Now a default is expected next month, and it's clear that Puerto Rico simply does not have the money to pay its debts over the next 5 years. Puerto Rico can only turn to the federal government, and there's no legal precedent or money set aside to deal with such a problem. As a U.S. territory, Puerto Rico cannot file for bankruptcy. As at this stage, a debt default seems inevitable. Bankruptcy would expedite that process, saving Puerto Ricans and possibly creditors if litigation drags on money and time. Governor Padilla is adamant he's not asking for a bailout, but debt relief won't be enough. Let's take a look at the New York Stock Exchange with our stock market watch. The numbers there: the Dow, Nasdaq, S&P all up. The Dow 369, Nasdaq 104, S&P 500 42. Coming up on News 2, many community partners came out and shared their knowledge and expertise with students at Adelita Cancrane Junior High. Plus, 'tis the season, more events to add to your Christmas social calendar. We'll be right back. Welcome back. BOC Corrections hosts fundraisers to support the annual Holiday Shop with a Cop initiative on St. Croix. The fundraiser started with 2 softball games at the Wim Ballpark on Thursday, and on Saturday, December 5th, there will be a money drive in front of the Frederickstead Kmart. The Bureau will also host a food sale on Friday, December 11th. Shop with a Cop is a nationwide program that pairs law enforcement personnel with children during the holidays for a one-day shopping experience. Approximately 100 students from selected district elementary schools will benefit from this year's shopping spree at Kmart West on St. Croix from 10:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. on December 20th. Holiday season programs and concerts are planned in the St. Croix School District this weekend to bring the joy of the holiday season to students, parents, and the community. Tonight, the Alfredo Andrews Elementary School Christmas tree lighting program begins at 9 p.m. in the school's lobby. Pearl B. Larson Elementary School Honor Roll ceremony begins at 1 p.m. in the school's auditorium Saturday, December 5th. Alexander Henderson Elementary School Choir will open the VI Port Authority's Frederickstead Holiday Fest, scheduled from 4 p.m. to 12 midnight at Butto Park Bandstand and the Annie Abramson facility. Well, it was postponed to Sunday, December 13th. It was supposed to be held last week. St. Croix Landmark Society presents the Starving Artist Day from 10 to 5 with local arts and craft, food and drinks at a Statewide Museum. The museum is open house. There are guava berry and sweetbread competitions, music studio recital, DJ music, and more. The artists have the opportunity to display their works of art. The Shalimali High School Music Department is presenting Christmas Wrapped in Song Christmas Concert 2015, featuring the Symphonic Band, Concert Choir, Jazz Ensemble, Mellow Hawks, Ripples on the Lake, and Swans on the Lake at the Ruthie Thomas Auditorium on December 6th at 5:30 p.m. Be sure to go out to support the talented young musicians under the direction of Lubin Daniel, Shamoy Rogers, Naomi Toussaint Williams, Francis Callwood, Sean Steele, and G. Michael Lake. The Coral Bay Bazaar is all set on St. John, returning on December 12th from 11 to 4 p.m. at Pickles. There are many vendors signed up to offer great holiday shopping for locally made arts and crafts, jewelry, food and drinks. Come out and enjoy non-stop music, shopping, children's activities, and even donkey rides, and a surprise visit from Santa Claus. It's a fundraiser for the Coral Bay Community Council with bear artisans, musicians, and variety acts. The annual Christmas Smoking Hare at St. George Village Botanical Garden on St. Croix. It's coming up on Sunday from 11 to 5. See all the beautifully decorated Christmas trees as you listen to local choirs sing Christmas music. Shop until you drop with St. Croix's finest vendors of local arts, crafts, food, and beverages. Bring the kiddies to see Santa, a wonderful family event, opportunities to win raffles, a huge array of vendors, and live music. The Adelita Cancrane Junior High School is, again, doing some great things under the planning of the counselor chairperson, Aldith M. Osborne Prentice, counselors Lori Turnbull, Kyria Kata, and Jere Ford, District Director of School and Community Affairs, and Monique Lecoq, Administrative Assistant. They held a successful career fair. They say so many community partners came out and shared their knowledge and expertise with our students. Pro Solar and Montessori School will auction off a 2013 Nissan Leaf 100% electric car Saturday, December 5th at the annual Las Vegas Night Fundraiser hosted at Frenchman's Reef Marriott's. That is just one of the highlights at the VI Montessori School and Peter Gruber International Academy's annual fundraiser. With the Bollywood theme from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m., many will be out in their finest to add to the Vegas theme. The Virgin Islands National Guard will join units across the nation to observe a milestone, the Ving Olympics. is Saturday, December 5th at 5 a.m. at the St. Croix Educational Complex track, where its military units will compete. In addition, on Saturday, December 5th at 7 p.m., the Virgin Islands Air National Guard will celebrate its heritage of 35 years serving the territory. On Sunday, December 6th, the 104th Troop Command Battalion will host the Family Meal Fun Day from 10:30 a.m. at the DC Ballpark in Christiansted, St. Croix. The finale of events for the season is Saturday, December 12th, the 73rd Army Band Holiday Serenade. Also on Sunday, December 13th, the annual Holiday Luncheon. Well, be sure to stick around. Your News 2 AccuWeather forecast is coming up next.